David Horowitz, Visa, Mastercard, cut off payments to my think tank based on SPLC hate group label. Whoever thought that Visa and Mastercard were going to finish with just the Robert Spencer? Oh wait, no one did. This is the slippery slope, people. It's not such a fallacy, is it? But let's jump into it. The David Horowitz Freedom Center has had their donation processing system blocked by Visa and Mastercard, allegedly following a campaign by the Southern Poverty Law Center. The David Horowitz Freedom Center stated in a recent email that their ability to accept donations by credit card has been disabled by both Visa and Mastercard following a campaign by the SPLC to label the Freedom Center as a hate group. This situation comes shortly after Robert Spencer of Jihadi Watch was forced off the funding platform Patreon following pressure from Mastercard. Oh, sorry, it was Mastercard. I thought it was Visa. But anyway. The Freedom Center is the next target of the SPLC, and they are using Mastercard and Visa again in their attempt to shut down conservative voices and emails sent to supporters. Horowitz outlined how the SPLC had convinced Mastercard and Visa to block the Freedom Center from receiving payments and donations via credit card. In the email, Horowitz requested supporters send donation via check to a PO box. In the email to supporters, the Freedom Center lashed out at the move by Master and Visa, saying that this blow could be the end of Freedom Center, decades of work down the drain because the hateful left want to squish freedom of speech and silence organization that dare to question them. So here's the actual email here. Dear Elliot, we're under attack by Southern Poverty Law Center. For years, the SPLC has labeled the Freedom Center as a hate group and tried to get organizations like Amazon, Facebook, and Twitter to ban us and silence our message. Yesterday, SPLC finally convinced Master and Visa to cut us off. Now we can't process donations from any major credit card companies. In fact, if you received Robert Spencer's email last night, you would have noticed that your donation was denied. Elliot, this blow could be the end of the Freedom Center. Decades of work down the drain because a hateful left wants to squish freedom of speech and silence an organization that dares to question them. As we get more information and meet with our Tonys, I will keep you up to date. Please send money, emergency donations in the form of a check to the PO Box, which is David Horowitz Freedom Center, PO Box 98105, Washington, D.C. 20090 8105, and that address will be in the description below as well. Whether you can give $35, $50, $100 or more, your generous emergency supports today will help the programs running while we fight back against the Southern Poverty Law Center and their henchmen on the left. Elliot, we need you more than ever. Please continue your support. Sincerely, David Horowitz. Breitbart's reached out to David Horowitz, who provided the following comment. Quote, we have been attacked by the left-wing hate machine whose goal is to suppress and silence conservative voices. This is the work of Soros-funded Media Matters and Southern Poverty Law Center operation. It's cynical, calculated, and supported by the Democratic Party. The reason Master and Visa gave us for cutting off was thus sabotaging our online fundraising operation is that the SPLC told them that they were a hate group. This is wrong to focus on the tech heads as the culprits because they businessmen have vested interest in keeping their platforms politically neutral. They have been threatened by Senator Mark Warner and other Democrats if they don't censor conservatives. The fact that Master and Visa are now part of this juggernaut indicates how dangerous this has become. Breitbart News reached out to both Visa and Mastercard for comment on the issue, but has yet to receive a reply. Okay, so what's my takeaway? What's my view? Okay, I don't know if you can say that the Democrats are pressuring Visa and Master. I'd like to see some proof of that. Because that would actually come under maybe First Amendment, because that would be government, but yeah. But as for Visa and Mastercard, look, I'm not saying that the Democrats aren't doing it. I just want to see proof. As for Visa and Mastercard, I find it absolutely disgusting, absolutely abhorrent, and who would have thought this was going to be next? Pretty much everybody on the Conservative side. This is where the Conservatives will turn around and say this is a slippery slope fallacy. That this is a slippery slope. Sorry, that you go through, you start with one, and you just keep going through. And once the left have found a tactic that works, they just go through and hit target after target after target using the same tactic. Now, at the end of the day, Mastercard and Visa card have to grow some balls. And they have to stand up and say, no, we're not going to do this. That this is ridiculous. This is pathetic. And no, we are going to be apolitical. As for everybody else, time to get into cryptocurrency. Yeah, I literally have Bitcoin and Ethereum links in the description below. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because of the fact that I saw this coming a month ago. When Robert Spencer was taken off, I went through and I updated all my cryptocurrencies. I went through and I put links to Bitcoin donations and Ethereum. I added Ethereum to my wallet. I changed my provider and I've already planned for this because I know this is what's going to be happening. And I have some pretty big plans in the future. Don't want to mention what they are. If I can do it, then it's going to be great for alternative media. But at the end of the day, we're going to need to run off Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it may be. Because at the end of the day, Visa card, Mastercard, they're not going to support us. They're not going to support any conservative. And at the end of the day, we need to put pressure on Visa card or Mastercard. Otherwise, this is insane. This is really getting to the point where people will go to Macca's and they'll be like, sorry, you're listed as an SPLC hate group. We can't serve you. Which is ironic because SPLC, one of the biggest hate groups in my opinion. And as for this David Horowitz, dude, I would be seeking legal action. I really would. I would take the SPLC to the frigging cleaners. And I wouldn't be settling. I would be, we are going to court. You are going to court and I am going to drag you through the courts, kicking and screaming and suing you for every dime I could possibly get. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think this will ever stop? Do you think that Visa, Mastercard will just keep going and just keep doing this and keep bowing to the left? Or do you think that eventually they will stand up and say, no, look, this is enough? Where do you see this ending? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great night and enjoy.